Hi there, my name is Teri Smith, the owner of Adorable Decor, where we make and sell wreaths and other types of home decor. I also work toward teaching others to make their own designs through my wreath making group. And today I'm going to be making a pretty quick project that I think anybody can do. We're going to be making a Williamsburg style Christmas arrangement. And it's going to be real simple and pretty straightforward. And as I said, I think it's something real simple that everybody can do, okay? All right, let me get my phone going so I can see everybody's comments as they're coming in. Hope everybody's doing well today. Hey, Nancy, again, how are you? Let me get a little bit of housekeeping done here. Hey Liz, how are you? Yeah, you guys have already seen me today. You're going to get tired of me. But yeah, ever since I went live doing my tree this morning, or I guess it was around lunchtime, but I've been crazy busy down here. But I did want to show you guys something I've been working on. Hey Catherine, how are you? Hey Darla, Sue. Thank you guys for being here. But I don't take a lot of custom orders, but I did have a dear lady who I had donated a centerpiece to a local, well, it's the YMCA here in Terre Haute, and they had a silent auction and wanted something to donate, and I donated an arrangement, or a centerpiece, what it was. But anyway, then the lady wanted another one, and we got to talking, and then she asked me about making something for Christmas for her, and I've got it done today. That's what I've been working on today. And actually, she needed two matching pieces, and it was funny when she said that. She wanted traditional colors, and she, free reign, and that's the kind of custom order I will do. I don't do custom orders that, I want this and this and this. Only thing she said, I want traditional colors, and everything else was free reign. And immediately I thought about these things that I'd bought at market last year, but I had these you guys have probably seen the big gems. I don't know if the color is going to show up very well, but I bought the smaller gems. I bought they're actually Christmas ornaments, but they've got the emerald green and the red. And immediately when she said traditional colors and an arrangement, I knew exactly what I was going to make. And so anyway, I got them done today. And like I said, she had two of them done. I just thought these colors are just gorgeous. And of course, I've shown you that ribbon before. Beautiful, beautiful. I can't wait to show it to her tomorrow. But it has the traditional red, emerald green, and gold. And you can't get much more traditional Christmas than this, right? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Liz. It worked out really well. Hey, Sonia. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Bonnie. Thank you guys all for being here. But anyway, I just wanted to show you those. I'm just so proud of them. And again, these were real simple to make. I mean, they took a little bit of time because I started out with just a garland. And that's actually what we're going to do today. We're going to use, I had a 9-foot garland, and this is what I have left over. And I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and use that for my live tonight. Okay. And I did put, usually I put the garlands, if I'm going to use them for a centerpiece or an arrangement, I put them on a board, but I used my last one today, so we're not going to do that part. But I'm looking for a place to put this away. Let me put these up here real quick. So how is everybody today? Like I said, we've been crazy busy here. Hey, Amy, Sally. Crazy busy. But I'm getting it junked away. I told you guys, I've been working on decorating my daughter's wedding shower that's coming up this next weekend too, and that's really what's kept me really busy. So anyway, so we're going to be making a Williamsburg style Christmas arrangement. And I got these also at Market. I shared a video back when I was at Market back in January. And actually, I think I shared the same arrangement or the same setting when I went back in June or July, whenever that was. But there was a setting, and it was just fruit and real natural looking things. It was just gorgeous. I have to share that again with you. But it was my absolute favorite thing of the whole Market. But they had these picks that I was able to nab that I thought I would be able to mimic the arrangements and the settings that they had done. I used these to make a Williamsburg arrangement, or Williamsburg wreath, a couple of weeks back, but I just love the colors of it. I just think they're really warm and inviting, and to be honest, I think they would work for Thanksgiving as well as Christmas. But anyway, and then we're going to be using this ribbon. I've got this burgundy, it's a burgundy plaid ribbon. It has some gold in it. And I thought that paired really well with the apples. And then there's a little bit of the red in the pear here. And then, of course, there's some sparkles of gold through there. So, and that's it, really. I've got a few other odds and ends that we'll put in here. Okay. Oh, did you, Beth? You just did a snowman wreath in the style of Mackenzie Childs. I love the black. You can't go wrong with black. Really, you know? All right, so I'm going to drop you guys down so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Well, I hope you can see exactly what I'm doing. There's really not a great way for people to observe whenever we're making a arrangement or a centerpiece or anything like that, but this is going to be the best I can do for you. Okay, I'm going to get everything out of the way. And like I said, this started out to be a 9-foot, it's called a Georgia pine garland, and I like to use garlands for my long arrangements, like mantle pieces or long centerpieces and that. Like I said, I normally put a board underneath, but I don't have any right now. I used my last one for those pieces that I made today. But let me get my camera going here. Okay. So is everybody ready for Thanksgiving? Hey, June from the UK. How are you today? Hey, Trish and Vicki. This arrangement, or this garland here, was a little bit, I don't know, I had to do a lot of work on it. Not just, I'm not talking fluffing, but that's the most important first thing that we do is the fluffing of it. But where you've got the spine of the garland where everything kind of comes off of, and I don't think they work very hard to get the ties or the evergreen branches wrapped all the way around it, because I've been stabbing myself on these little pieces of metal that are in the center here. And that's one reason I do like to put my pieces on a board or something like that, just so that, you know, if one of those little pieces of metal comes loose or comes exposed, then I'm not going to scratch my customer's table. But we're just going to go down through here and kind of fluff this. Does anybody else like the Williamsburg style, like what I do? When I say Williamsburg, it's fruit. It's fruit based, and you see it a lot in the New England. And really, they use real fruit. When you're talking about a true Williamsburg style, they use real fruit. And of course, you know, up there it stays cool enough that they don't, you don't have to worry as much about it spoiling. But I'm not going to use real fruit. Okay, so we've got everything pretty well fluffed. And first thing I'm going to do, let's see, what did I do with my picks? I'm just going to kind of space some things out here and look and see how I want to plan things out here. All right, I'm just going to put a bow right there. Let's go ahead and make our bow. And like I said, I've got the, it's kind of a, I said burgundy, but really it's probably more of a scarlet red, if you can see it. It's a velvet, and it has the gold plaid in it. And I debated whether to use 1 or 2 ribbons, but I think I'm going to go ahead and use 2. Let me look at the size here. All right, and that's about a 6-inch loop. I'm pretty predictable, aren't I? Oh, Phyllis likes the Williamsburg. Use it in your tree from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, you don't see it too much anymore. I did make one. Like I said, as soon as I saw that display at Market, I just fell in love with it. I'll have to post that for you guys again. It was just absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, it was very natural, and they had like orange slices, apples, pears, figs, pomegranate. I mean, just all kinds of things. It was just gorgeous. I made a Williamsburg wreath, or well, it's a Williamsburg style wreath, I should say, back years ago, back almost when I was first starting to make wreaths. And my friend Julie Samaco, she has a tutorial on how to sugar fruit. And I did that, sugar the faux fruit, like what this is, or some people call it sugared, some people call it beaded, but it looks like it's been dipped in sugar. But anyway, so I did that, and oh my gosh, talk about labor intensive. It kind of burnt me out of them for a while. All right, I think I'm going to put another couple of loops. I'm going to make them a little bit smaller. Like I said, I'm not convinced that I'm going to use 2 different ribbons, but I might. Let me look here. Tell you what, I feel like I want a loop. Well, no. You know what? I'm going to use my tails. I'm gonna stop right there. And scissors here. So what are you guys having for Thanksgiving? Do you do like the traditional, like turkey? Or you do ham? We're going to do smoked turkey breast. And I think I heard my husband say he was going to smoke some pork loin too. He does a pretty fine job on the smoker. All right, I don't have any pipe cleaners, of my evergreen pipe cleaners close, but I'm going to go ahead and use some of this evergreen garland. Or, well, it's not really evergreen, but it looks like evergreen. I get this at Hobby Lobby. I try to stock up this time of year. I don't know if they have it any other time of year, but I like it because it blends in and it really does cut down on your work. Like the cleanup on the back of wreaths and stuff. Oh, Phyllis, you're going to have all of it. Oh, hey, Zooey, how are you? Cindy does the turkey thing. One year we did turkey and ham, but that was a lot of work doing that much. All right, I'm going to look and see where the center of my greens are, and it looks like it's about 32 inches, so I need to come down here about 16. It doesn't look even to me, though. You know what it is? I've got a long piece over here. I'm going to trim this off. I'm going to save it though. We might use it, but it makes it look uneven the way I've got it ended up. I've got these two pieces of pine down here at the very end on this side. I want it to look about the same. It doesn't have to be matchy match, but I like the way that looks a little better. Okay, so let's look at that again. So yeah, it's still about 32 inches, so I need to come around 16, and that's where we're going to put our bow. I'm telling you, this is going to be something really easy to make up. Even if you don't have those picks, it's so easy to make your own picks. Just, you know, Hobby Lobby always has fruit, you know, faux fruit. Dollar Tree has faux fruit. I've not ever gotten theirs before to know quality-wise. And like I said, my friend Julie Samako, she has a blog post on how to sugar fruit. Now, don't blame me, though, once you start on it, because it is a mess. Okay, I got this one loop here that's a little bit big. Let me see where I can pull that in. Sometimes it just takes a little bit. Okay. All right, I think we got it now. All right, let's get our bow all fluffed. And I just made 4 loops that were about 6 inches. And these other loops, I'm going to say they're about 4. Okay? And the only reason I made so many loops and the different size loops is because I don't know if I'm going to put the other ribbon with it. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to dovetail these. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead. I'm going to put my picks on there. And like I said, look how simple this would be to make yourself. You've got the 2 pieces of fruit, you got some berries, you got a few pine cones, and what, 4 or 5 pieces of pine. I mean, Hobby Lobby, you go down there, they've got all their picks out right now. These holly leaves, plus minus, I could probably do without. In fact, when I made the wreath, I think I might have cut them out. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Oh, hey, Bessie from Kentucky. Hey, we're neighbors. All right, I'm going to cut this tag off here. I'm just going to stick this right up underneath of here. I don't want to crowd it too much to where my bow's going to be hiding my apple here. So let's pull it down just a hair. I think right there looks good. And I'm just going to take these ties from our garland and wrap it around here. Just like that. Go down here just a little bit farther and do the same thing. I usually connect it in a couple of places. Okay. All right. Now let's come down here, and I'm going to put the other one. And those other 2, I've got 2 other pieces. These are the complete picks that I bought. The other 2 are scraps. These are what I have left over where I dissected them whenever I made that wreath that I was telling you about. Let's put this over here. I want those berries to show. Or crab apple. Maybe it's crab apple and a pine cone. So what else do you guys have with your Thanksgiving? We have to, it's always the same thing. I keep on trying to branch out, but my husband likes to, he's a creature of habit. And we always have to have the noodles, of course. And what else? Corn casserole, that's his specialty. He's always in charge of fixing that. And mashed potatoes, of course, and gravy. What else? My mom always brings the cranberries. That's her thing. She has to have. Oh, and she also makes the finest oyster dressing. Anybody else like oyster dressing? Oh, thank you, Greg. Thank you. All right, let's come down here. I'm just doing the same thing I did over there. But look how easy this is. I mean, look at what we've got already, and we've added 3 things. Cranberry apple brown sugar casserole. Boy, that sounds delicious. I'm going to have to grab you for that recipe. That sounds delicious. I love that. I love like cinnamon apple and that kind of thing. Okay, now, like I said, I've got these 2 other scraps that I have left over, and it just happens that one has an apple, one has a pear. And so I'm going to, I don't have an apple down here, so I need to bring one down here. We'll just place that for right now. And then I already have an apple on this side, so you know what? Looking at that, maybe I need to change that. I think I'd rather have my apple up here. I'm going to do that. All right, change of plans. I just think it's going to look a little bit more balanced. I'm always telling people in my group, the same things applies to a arrangement as what would apply to a wreath, that I want my smaller items toward the ends. I like the larger pieces closer to the transition point, and this is our transition point, and I like it tapering. Well, if I put that apple down here, it's going to throw off the balance a little bit to me. So I'm going to bring that up here, if I can get it out of here. There we go. We're going to do, even though it's not the same, but I've got that other pear. Well, you know what? I'll probably have to dissect this yet. No, I won't. I don't know. Hang on. I'm still thinking. Still thinking. But I do want my apple here in the middle. And we'll put them kind of side, off to the side a little bit so they're not matchy-match. All right, so I'll need this down here, but then I don't have a pomegranate down there. Let me look in my little plate thing over here to see if I got another one of those. Or did I put them away? I think I must have put them away. Oh well, I think it's okay. I don't think it has to be exact. So we'll put this down here. Now spread things out. I want this up a little bit closer. Right in there. I still feel like I want that that pomegranate down here. I might have to go behind my magic wall back there and get it. Or I could just change it after we get done. Okay. All right. Now, how simple was that? And look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? I want these two just a little bit closer. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, now I'm going to make a decision. I've got a couple of different ribbons here. I don't want anything that's going to overwhelm this. I think that if I put a lot of this 2.5 inch ribbon down through here, it's going to be hiding a lot of it. That's why I grabbed this. I've got this 5/8 inch. I've got a 1.5, and then I've also got this got a scarlet velvet ribbon. Let me play around here a little bit and see what we're going to do. kind of got an idea. I don't know, it might not work, but let's see what it looks like. Oh, Sue loves oyster dressing. Oh, I know. And you know what? My husband, he loves it. Loves oysters. He loves raw oysters, everything oyster. And do you know about, oh, well, you know what? It was the year we got married. He discovered that he all of a sudden developed a deathly allergy to oysters. And so that's been that for him. I like that. I like putting these two together. I'm going to do that. And then, of course, we wouldn't just want to leave this ribbon right here, so we'll put some other tails down there. I think this is going to be gorgeous. And again, I'm just using the ties down here to tie this. Okay. But I love this. Love it, love it. All right, and then we'll find another tie down here. Trim it off. And I'm going to cut this one at an angle, and we'll dovetail this one. Okay. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side here. I have fallen in love with this 5/8 and 1/2 inch ribbon. It just adds such a nice touch. You know, it's just, it's understated, but it really makes a big impact. Let me fix this bow just a little bit here. All right, now I'll do the same thing over here, only the opposite, same thing but opposite, I should say. Hey, Mario. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I do too. I do too. I love it. I'll put this, I'm going to put it up here just like it's coming out from the bow. And anytime that I do this, I always come back and I put some hot glue over it to make sure that, everything stays. Right now we're just kind of tacking things in. Let's see. I'm coming about right here. Just find some ties. It looks like it's a little bit longer on this side, I think. I'm standing back looking here. I think we need to put it about right here. Here we go. That looks better. And actually, I want that, well, no I don't. I started to say I want that off that way, but I don't want that. Okay. Oops, I just dropped my bow maker off the edge of the table there. If you heard that big bang. Okay, now I feel like we need to bring a little bit more of this ribbon here in too. Let's see what we're going to do with that. I don't want a lot of it though, because like I said, it's going to overpower the, I don't want it to hide everything. So maybe we'll just, let me look here. Yeah, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to bring it down here. I'll turn it around and show you guys. I'm just going to bring a small tail down here just to give a little hint of this ribbon. So it's not just, you know, focused right there. And I think I'm going to need to add a little bit of the gold in here just to make it cohesive. So I just brought a little tail right here. Probably can see it down there a little better. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. Magical? I don't know. It just depends. Sometimes it is, sometimes it works out good, sometimes it doesn't. You've seen me on plenty of experiments. All right, so let's just let this kind of fall out here. Want this up a little bit higher. Okay. All right, so that's what we have so far. Okay. And like I said, I think when everything's done, I'm not going to go back and try and find one right now, but I know I have one. I'm going to go and I'm going to get another pomegranate and I'll trade that out for this. I think it'll just make it look a little bit more balanced. I thought I had one close, but I don't. I need to put that in there a little better. Okay. All right, now let's just put a little touch of the gold right there. Maybe just a real small bow. Small, simple bow. It's almost like just like a little bow tie. And I don't have any ties that I can use, so I'm going to just get a pipe cleaner. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to use this. I'm just cutting off a piece of that evergreen garland. Oh, thank you, Cindy. What kind of ribbon is it? The gold one or the scarlet one, Barb? This is just a 5/8 inch glitter gold. The other one is a velvet scarlet and gold plaid. All right, I think we'll just sit that right down in there. I'm just going to tie that around that bow. I don't know why it took me so long to get these fruits, to use these. I've had these forever. I mean weeks. And I love them. But I just kept on skipping over them. But today's the day. Okay, now we just have a little touch of that. All right, and turn this off. Trying to get my bow loops right. Okay. All right, so that's what we have so far. Okay. All right, now the only thing we need to do now is finish it up with a little bit more greenery. I've got it, you know, you saw what that garland looked like. It was just a plain, inexpensive garland base, okay? So I always like to dress those up. And I've got just a, you know, some, oh, it's just glittered evergreen that's going to spruce this up, and it's going to give it a little bit more of a luxurious look. which, you know, we've got velvet ribbon in here. We've got the gold glitter and such, so we need to glam it up just a little bit. I want this guy over here. All right, so let's trim some of these off. And it shouldn't take a whole lot. And we're going to fluff these just like we do when we're working with our picks or anything else. And I'm just going to go through here and just find some places to stick this. Dip it in my glue. I'm going to go right over the top of this holly. I told you it looked kind of inexpensive. I don't like that. So we'll go right over the top of that. And I'm going to trim some of these down. So who's ready for Yellowstone tonight? I know we are. I tease my husband. I mean, he watches it over and over and over, and he's probably watching it again right now. But I'm good the first time. I don't really care to watch it more than the once, but it is a pretty good show. All right, and I'm just going through here and, like, you know, just scattering this around. But it's a really good way to, you know, start out, you know, you don't have to start out with a real expensive base, and just sprinkle some goodies around, dress it up, and then you've got a high-end look. All right, let me come over here. I'm going to work on this side, and then I'll work on the other side. I can't see the other side well enough. I'm not tall enough to see over it. And I can't really tell you where, you know, where I'm putting. I just kind of eyeball it and see where it needs it. Just kind of try to disperse it pretty evenly. I'm going to make sure that my ribbon doesn't hide my fruits there. The stars of the show. Can't. Okay. You cut a little bit more of this. Oh, Diane's wanting to know what kind of Gorilla Glue. I just get the full-size sticks. I buy mine off Amazon, or like when I go to Walmart, I'll pick up a bag. And now I have to say though, there was a time back, oh, it was over the summer that I got a batch that was pretty stringy, but that's the exception to the rule. Usually, I have really good luck, and you know, most of my customers are south, like Texas, Oklahoma, South Carolina, you know, where my supply, or where my wreaths get a lot of heat. And knock on wood, I've never ever had reports of anything failing. In fact, I had one customer. She's, what in the world? Oh, I forgot to glue that in there, you guys. I have one customer who lives in Montana, and she said she came back to me because my wreath withstood a Montana winter outside, and she was pretty impressed. So, and I had used Gorilla Glue on that. Of course, then you got to do the mechanics too. You got to have good mechanics. All right, now, yeah, I forgot to go back there and glue those, you guys. So I just pulled on it and it came right out. All right, now I'm just working my way around. I'll turn this around so you can see it here shortly. Like I said, there's not a really good way for you to observe anybody doing an arrangement or a centerpiece. Okay, a little bit down here. Okay. All right, I think that looks good on this side. You see what a difference that makes? Just intermingling that. There's the other side. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing over here. And then I'll come back and we'll focus on the around the bow area also. I am loving this. Oops, tore that up. Loving it. And you want to make sure when you put these in that you get a good amount of that evergreen, that you make contact with it, because once that hits that evergreen, it just really melts together and really adheres really well. All right, I'm gonna come over here. I forgot to put this glue on here on this tail too. We'll do that right now while I'm thinking about it. All right, a little bit more. All right, I think I need just, I'm going to have to bust into that other, I thought I was going to get by without busting into this other bush, but I'm going to have to. I need just a little bit more. Okay. A little bit down here. I am loving it. Love it, love it, love it. The colors, I just love the colors. Okay, I think we look good around the periphery here. Now I'm going to focus right here in the center. You don't want to just look like the bow's plopped on here. We'll try to incorporate the bow into the wreath, or into the arrangements a little bit. Yeah, exactly, Kathy. Yes. And you know what I always tell people? I love doing this part. To me, it is just so relaxing. I saw another question. I missed it. Oh, Cindy, you got Santa Claus today? Oh, good for you. Good deal. I have to say, it is one of my most favorite wreaths I've ever made. I would get it so excited. I think I only have a few more of that Santa Claus left. I don't want that big of a piece in there. Maybe this piece right here. So like I said, we're going to start working toward the bow. Or, yeah, toward the bow. Don't want to hide anything, though. I want to make sure my apple's visible. But let me look here. I saw a question and I missed it. All right, if I missed your question, ask me again. I saw it come on my iPad and then I missed it. It went away too fast. I couldn't see. Let's see. Let's put it right in here. Maybe a little bit more. I really appreciate you guys being here and keeping me company. kind of a spur of the moment. I almost didn't even go live. I've been just incredibly busy. Let's see. Where do I want to put some? Maybe right in the middle. I'm going to cut this down just a little. So I want some right there. I feel like I want some right here, but I don't want that big. Hang on, let me trim this down a little bit more. Hey Ruth, how are you? Yeah, I just want to put a little sprig in there. Again, making it look like the bow is incorporated into the arrangement, not just perched on top. Need one more piece, I think. All right, let me give it a look over here. See a spot here that we need to put a little greenery. A little of the good greenery, I should say. All right. Let me look at the other side here. We need some right there. I always have to stand back, kind of get a better look at it. I've got a couple of places here I want to dress up a little bit more. I think we're done. I love it. Love it, love it. And like I said, I plan on putting another pomegranate down here in place of that pear. Raise it up so you guys can see. I love it. Just noticed my loops are a little bit uneven too. Let me fix that. There we go. Bring this one down a little bit. Oh, thank you, Valerie. Thank you guys so much. And so simple, you guys, right? Who's going to go out to Hobby Lobby or Dollar Tree and get you some fruit? And it doesn't have to be the sugared kind. You know, you could just put regular, faux fruit in here and do the same thing. But, start out with a piece of garland, put some fruit, some pine, whatever you want to put there, bow, a couple of loops, add a little bit of greenery. Oh, you'd purchase it for Thanksgiving as a hostess gift. Yeah, that would be pretty, wouldn't it? Oh, thank you, Barbara. Thank you. Are my half-inch tails? Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are. They need to come over here. That's right, Glenda. Yeah, I want them opposite. Okay. Actually, I'll have to fix that just a little bit. We'll have to bring it over a little bit. But, yeah. Oh, Cindy says she's going to Hobby Lobby tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Phyllis. Thank you. All right, that's all I have for you today. As always, thank you guys so much. I'm going to raise you up so I can talk to you. I really appreciate you guys being here and keeping me company. As I said, I was kind of spur of the moment. I didn't know exactly when I was going to be able to go live, if I was going to go live today. So, okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. And as always, I do have a link on my in the comments if anybody's interested in purchasing this. As I said, I always tweak them after the live, because there's things that I don't see, you know, going live. And just like, you know, the ribbon coming off the wrong side here, as Glenda pointed out. And I'll swap out this guy right here for another pomegranate. But it is listed there in case anybody's interested. And what else? Oh, I will be going live again. I don't know if I'll go live tomorrow, but I will be live Tuesday for our bow making. That's always at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, barring anything unforeseen. And we'll be making some bows. I do have a little bit of new ribbon I'll be showing you. I don't know if I'll get it listed beforehand or not, but if I don't, I'll have it list, or I'll have it there for you to show you on Tuesday. Okay? All right. Anybody else have any questions? Yes, Kathy, you're right. Not seeing much burgundy. I've got one other burgundy snowman in my shop. But yeah, I have not seen much burgundy this year either. Oh, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Yes. 1 o'clock. It's going to be 1 o'clock Eastern time, Zuli. So it'll be 12 o'clock for you, Zuli. Yeah, we're an hour behind you. Or, I'm sorry, an hour ahead of you. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. Hey, Claudia, I didn't see you there. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a great evening. Stay safe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.